Hello art beaters, Becky here with a new video and I hope you enjoy. If you want to keep up to date on all things art beads, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel right now. Enjoy!
Hello, art beaters! I am joined by Tracy from TierraCast. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Becky. It's good to be here and good to see everybody.
So good to see you too. And Tracy is so sweet for joining me today. We're going to be talking about some new TierraCast items. They've got a really great new white bronze collection.
Yay.
Very
Yay.
excited to talk about that with you today. So let's talk about some fun white bronze items. And we've got people saying hello. Audrey says hi. Alice says good morning. Anne says good afternoon from sunny cold Vermont. Yay, good to see everyone.
Yay.
Yeah, so let's talk about white bronze.
Okay. Well, so the first thing people should know is the white bronze is not a separate collection of parts. White bronze is a replacement of a finish that TierraCast has offered for a very long time. Rhodium was a plating that we have used for a very long time. It is a beautiful, bright, we use it typically for non-antiqued parts. It's a beautiful, bright white silver finish. And we used rhodium for that plating for many, many years. Non-tarnishing, it's really been a beautiful finish for us. But over the last few years, it has gotten more and more expensive. It's a very in-demand metal. It's a surgical steel. They use it in, if you guys have heard of people's catalytic converters being stolen, it's because there are precious metals in the catalytic converters, including niobium.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's gotten more just ridiculously expensive, and also with pandemic concerns, more and more scarce. So it's been on our radar to start looking for a replacement because of how expensive it was getting, and then with scarcity issues, it became necessary. So it was a couple of years of really our product development team really doing a lot of research, and finally finding the perfect replacement, which is the white bronze, which is an alloy. It's a combination of tin, copper, and zinc, and it just compares beautifully. It is a bright silver finish. It is non-tarnishing, and it is drastically less expensive than rhodium. So it's really working perfectly. So what we're doing is as our parts that are plated with rhodium are phasing out, those parts are being plated in white bronze and going back into the inventory. And so far, it has been really wonderful, and we're so glad that you guys are bringing it into the art beads.
Yeah, so we have a lot of styles that maybe you've already seen and love in this new white bronze finish, and we'll be adding more as we go. So be on the lookout for that. It's really beautiful.
And it's really a lot of our rhodium parts, all of our rings. We have all the hammer tone things and rings, and those are a big part of our white bronze offerings. So if people are familiar with those,
I love the hammered rings, and there's like crimp ins and clasps and bails, and some of your message beads in white bronze. So all kinds of great.
Thrilled. It was a long road to get that accomplishment done, and so it's one of our biggest accomplishments this year. We're really happy about it.
So you have some jewelry examples for us to share?
I do. I pulled out. Now I'm going to switch my camera.
Okay.
Hopefully all that goes smoothly and you don't lose me.
There we go.
There we are. So a couple of years ago, we have had what we call our hammer tone finish. It's a particular, this is the only, of all the designs I pulled out, this is the only one that it has that traditional way back in our product offerings, a particular finish called hammer tone. And as I was saying, that's one of our primary rhodium parts that are finished in rhodium.
Mhm.
And so it's always been an incredibly popular group of parts, including all of our rings and all of those wonderful components. So much so that a couple of years ago,
Mhm.
before we really were starting to replace the white bronze, we did a whole bunch of additions to the hammer tone. I didn't spend a whole lot of time preparing these. Everything's kind of cattywampus, but we added a whole bunch of components in that group, in the hammer tone group. So we added larger rings, still trying to get things untangled so they look nice so you guys can see them. We added dagger bead, which if I get these lined up properly, you guys will be able to see that. Dagger beads, new posts, larger rings, what we call our stitch around teardrops and hoops that are made specifically for, well, they can be used like any ring, but most particularly for seed beading around and embellishing. So we added a whole group of new parts in the hammer tone theme. So I just pulled out some of the designs that we had created when we launched that a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and we do have some of these on our website. These are all, I believe, on the TierraCast website as well.
The designs are absolutely,
Yeah.
and as all your customers know, I presume, we're a wholesale company, we're a manufacturer, so we don't sell retail. We sell to people like Art Beads, which is where you go for your retail jewelry components. But we have a inspiration section on our website that is available to anybody. You can go and download projects. All of the projects on our inspiration section have downloadable instructions and part lists. So then people can just, they can download projects and then go shop at Art Beads and make them. So yeah, all of these are available on our website.
Yes, and we just added the bracelet with the brick stitch, the beaded brick stitch center.
This one?
We just added that one to our design studio with.
Oh, isn't this one fun?
It's beautiful. That was made by Danielle Wicks, wasn't it?
It was. Danielle, we worked with her in developing some of these parts because she was a real big seed bead designer, and she just helped us kind of fine tune some of these for the purpose that we were looking for. And this was one of the designs she created for us.
Gorgeous.
So yeah, it is a great one. We just love
and
it.
you could use like any bead colors for that. You've got kind of like a rainbow theme going on there, but you really could like use any kind of beads for that.
Sure, you could make it just a monochromatic. Pick whatever your bead your palette is and just make them all the same, and it could just, or you could mix up the colors within one ring. That could be very pretty.
And what I love about this white bronze launch is you've got all of those beautiful hammer tone rings to stitch around and wire wrap around. And then you've also got those great settings for those beautiful crystal stones. Like
yes. We have quite a wide variety of crystal stone settings, chatons, cushion stones, which are the more square stones, and rivolis. I don't have any of the rivolis right here. And then also settings for flatbacks. And most of those come in a white bronze finish.
So beautiful.
Yeah. And those are such a, what's the word? Instant gratification. A little bit of 2-part epoxy or E6000 and some crystal, and you have like instant bling.
Yeah.
I love
that pearl necklace too, with the bail and the cones attaching everything.
Now, we were talking about the rings and the bezel settings, but we also have, like you just mentioned, we have cones and bead caps in the rhodium, and many pinch bails, and then even a few beads. We have this wonderful rondelle bead that's about 9 millimeters wide, and then this dagger bead.
Yeah, the dagger.
And barrel beads.
Oh yeah, those are so useful.
Yeah, I love the barrel beads, and a new magnetic clasp. I don't know if you guys have this, but
we do have that one.
It's a great little clasp. Just love it.
I have it on my tray here with some other items from the launch, and yeah, it's a really nice size, pretty versatile for a lot of
people. Very unobtrusive in a design.
Beautiful. And then I just love those drops, those hammered drops. And we just put a tutorial with one of those white bronze hammered teardrop shapes with your succulent charm, and then there's beads wire wrapped.
Oh, yes, yeah. I don't happen to have that one handy. But that's exactly what those teardrops and hoops, what we intended them for people to embellish them.
Yeah, great for stitching and wrapping, and now available in white bronze. And we even have the guru bead as well available in white bronze, which is a really great piece for all kinds of different designs. So lots of wonderful white bronze pieces available now at artbeads.com. I've got links in the video description to all the new white bronze, but keep your eyes on Artbeads because we'll be having more coming in. So very exciting white bronze.
Yes. What I would like to point out is, it's a different finish than the rhodium, but it is the side by side, you can't tell the difference. So if somebody, for example, if you still have products in inventory that are the rhodium finish, they can be used side by side with the white bronze, and there's the colors the same. And so we're thrilled about that. I mean, that was a big part. It needed to be a seamless transition for our customers.
Smooth.
So, yay.
Woohoo. Well, it's excellent. And we're so excited to add more to offer to our customers. So great. Loving that. Loving the white bronze.
Thank you.
Vi says she loves all the labels on the drawers behind you. Very organized.
Yeah, I don't get to take credit for this organization system. I inherited it, but those cabinets are full of all of our parts, and I keep them here in the marketing office because I make jewelry. So people just love that.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's pleasing. All right. Well, thank you, Tracy. Viewers, don't go away. We'll be talking about a little bit more, but we're going to let Tracy get back to work. And Tracy.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you so much for the opportunity to come on and tell everybody a little bit about it. And
yes, thank you, Tracy. So
all right. Bye, Becky.
Goodbye. Oh my gosh. Well, we have more to talk about today. Let's take a look a little bit more at some of these new white bronze items. I've got a tray here, and I did want to show you one of the tutorials we added to our website today. We added let me switch this around. There we go. We added a tutorial from TierraCast with these lovely hammer tone drops, the white bronze hammer tone drops, where they are wire wrapped with some pretty little rondelles and some spacers. So I thought we could kind of show how that's done today. But here's another look at some of the styles that are available in white bronze on the website today. So we've got beautiful bails. Love this little hammered bail. And this is a nice big bail, so you could use it with thicker stringing materials like ribbon or leather. Really nice little pinch bail there with some prongs to fit right in the stringing hole of your pendant. More of those beautiful hammered rings. This is a circular one. Great settings for your Rivoli crystals and other stones. So beautiful. Yeah, I'm loving the white bronze TierraCast too, Kimberly. So the white bronze TierraCast is new this week on our website, so make sure to head to artbeads.com to shop those. This is a nice cushion stone setting, and they've got some fun bead shapes too. This is a chevron shaped bead, so the stringing hole runs through the center. You can do all kinds of fun stuff with that shape. Super fun. Nice cones too. We've got this lovely hammered bead cone. Really nice. There's that magnetic clasp that Tracy was talking about. Yeah, Serena, that bail would be perfect for great big, large pendants. You are right. So wonderful. And then even some wonderful ends that you can glue or crimp your leather or ribbon into, or even multiple strands. Really nice pieces. And if you head to the website, there's even more white bronze options available. Like I said earlier, there's some great message beads, spacers, all kinds of wonderful findings. This is the guru bead that I was talking about earlier. So it's got a stringing hole that runs sideways through the bead, and then it has a loop at the end of the bead. So you can use this as a great connection point. It's typically used in mala style necklaces to add a tassel, but you could use it as a bail for pendants. We've used it to attach an ear wire to a wire formed hoop. There's all kinds of different ways you can use this guru bead. I'm going to use it as a bail with this hammered pendant. And I'm going to just show you a simple wire wrapping technique with this lovely drop shaped pendant. I've got 24 gauge Art Beads Designer wire here that we're going to use to wrap our pretty beads onto the pear. So I'm going to cut about probably like 20 inches. And I got to go get my tools. So I just I sashayed away from the camera here. All right, I'm back. Hi, Gabriella. Yeah, that bail is nice and sturdy. No, these ones, TierraCast is always such great quality, so they do really have nice sturdy items as well. All right, so I'm cutting about 20 inches of wire. And I'm just going to get it started here and just coil it around the loop of this. Just a couple times to get it nice and attached. And I just added a tutorial for this design in our design studio. It was designed by Tracy, who we were just talking to. So we've got complete instructions and nice pictures on the website. You'll find it right on the homepage too. I've got links in the video description as well. All right, and I'm just going to start. This is super easy wire to work with. 24 gauge is really thin. So I'm just using my fingers and just making sure to pull tight. And I've got it positioned to the edge of the teardrop. And oh, Vi, Art Beads has a great selection of wire. Y'all are my go-to for it. That's great to hear, Vi. I'm so glad. Yeah, we have all kinds of wonderful different wires for you to work with. And so we're just doing a little simple wire wrapping here. And I'm going to start with one of these smaller TierraCast spacer beads here. And I'm adding that to my wire and then pulling it all the way down. And then I'm just going to wrap this wire around the frame. And you can kind of adjust the bead to your liking. There we go. And I'm going to wrap once more just for security, but you could totally at that point add another bead, but I want a little more security on my wraps. So we've got one bead on there. And now I'm going to add one of my bigger check glass rondelles. Now, the great thing about this is you can use all kinds of different beads. In the original tutorial, little peridot beads were used. I'm using check glass rondelles. You could use crystals, different check glass shapes like fire polished beads. You could use seed beads. That would be really pretty. So there's a lot of room to play here. And I chose kind of a festive cranberry color. We're just going to get that bead in place and then wrap around again. I'm going to position it a little better there. So you can see it's really easy to adjust your wire as you go and get everything to sit the way you want. I'm going to wrap it around again. What size rondelle are you using? These are 3 by 5 millimeter check glass rondelles. I think you could go smaller. I think a seed bead would be nice. I kind of like the difference in these with those little faceted beads. So all kinds of fun options that you can use. So I'm going to add another little faceted silver spacer bead to my wire here. And then that's it. You just kind of keep going with that. Adjust this a little. So just keep wrapping your wire around the frame that you've got here. Super easy. Ooh, I love the texture that adds. So fun. add another red bead here. I find rondelles a little tricky. Like, should they stand up, lay down, or stay at an angle? Yeah, I guess that's the tricky part, or the beauty. Mine are kind of standing on their sides. So, and I kind of like how that looks with those smaller silver beads. And that's why I say this little project gives you a lot of freedom, because if you don't want to deal with that decision, you could just use a round bead. Round beads typically kind of sit the same no matter how they're oriented. So you could totally go that route too. But I kind of like how these guys are standing up. They're like little soldiers. Oh, this is looking pretty. All right. So let's add another. And that's why I like wire too. You can do really simple things with wire, or really, really intricate, beautiful, like wire woven pieces. There are some really amazing wire artists out there. I definitely encourage you to do a search and find some amazing wire artists out there on Instagram or Pinterest or wherever, because there are some really amazing wire workers. And some of them are in our Serious Art Beaters Facebook group. They share their wire projects all the time, and I'm just blown away every time when they share. So yeah, I'm just repeating the little pattern I've got going here. And eventually you'll get all the way around your frame here. And then you can add a little dangle in the middle there. If you want, you could leave it open too. Really nice. Yes, I am using a silver wire. It's an Art Beads designer wire, 24 gauge, to wrap these beads onto the TierraCast pair. Yeah, sorry, my camera setup is a little different today. Shift camera down to the left a little bit. Is that better? I'm just repeating what I've been doing this whole time. So just repeating, wrapping the wire on. Yeah, these would be really pretty earrings, Vicki. That's a great idea. Just. Ooh, maybe I'm making some earrings. Maybe I'm making some holiday earrings for myself right now, right? Super pretty. So we've just added a rondelle. I'm going to add another silver bead. Oh, perfect. I'm glad that helps, Vi. All right. And I'm just wrapping the wire. Kind of got to pinch that bead in place as I coil the wire. So we've got that bead in place. Wrap again. Adjust. That's why I love wire. You can always adjust. Looking fabulous. Oh my gosh. Loving this. So as you can see, you kind of get in the groove of things, and it goes by pretty quick, and it's pretty simple. Making earrings to give away to me. Bye. Yeah. Coil again. Thank you, Jonalyn. It is looking really pretty. I like this. I like this bead color with the silver. It's very striking contrast. And we were talking about how rondelles should lay. As you can see, mine are kind of going in different directions, but I kind of like that because it kind of shows off like the different shine of the colors and the facets. So really wonderful. Really nice. So yeah, just keep going with that. And then what I would do when that was all done, obviously you're going to want to, you can see I have a little excess wire at the top here that I started with. You're going to want to trim any excess wire and finish it to the back of your pendant. So just trim that, and then you can use your chain nose pliers to kind of tuck and keep that wire end close to the drop. And you'll do that on the other end when you finish your piece as well. Now you can leave that just the way it is with the beads on the outside with nothing in the middle. Our project on the website has a lovely little succulent charm added with a jump ring, and then you would add a bail to the top, and I can show you how easy that is. You would just take your jump rings. I've got a bunch of jump rings here connected all together. Take your jump rings, open them, get those excess ones off. I'm using a guru bead. You can use any kind of bail, and then you would attach that to the top of the teardrop. Close it, make sure the ends are flush. And then you got a lovely little pendant. Even that is beautiful without the wire wrapping, but the wire wrapping is going to add a little extra oomph. So fun. Yes, instead of using a bail or jump ring, hide the wire under a wire wrap bail too. That's a really good point, Vi. You could do that as well if you don't have a bail handy. You could make your own with wire. That's the beauty of wire. You can do all kinds of wonderful things with it and make your own components. Yay! So we do have a tutorial for this little project in our design studio from TierraCast. It's got free instructions and a supplies list. I've got a link to that one in the video description as well. And be on the lookout for the one from Daniel Wicks with the brick stitch beads inside the white bronze frames. So really beautiful. Wonderful. Oh my gosh. So much fun with white bronze today. So let me get myself back to the main. There we go. Great time today. It was so wonderful to have Tracy join us and tell us a little bit more about those white bronze options. Like I said before, we'll have more white bronze pieces coming in to replace those rhodium ones. So be on the lookout for those. They really are nice. And like Tracy said, you can't even tell there's a difference. So really nice transition with the white bronze. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Have a great time, and we'll see you next time. Bye.